Bye. Give me just a moment. I need to send an email. Okay. We are live. Hi, y'all. Okay, so let's see. It's 3 o'clock right now. If you were on here yesterday, you know I said, "Oh, I'm going to be on here at 11. I'm going to be on here at noon," and that didn't happen. But I have a very good reason. All right, I'm multitasking. I need to send an email about me being live while I talk to y'all. And my camera's up here and my screen's down here. So I knew the plumber was coming today. I knew this, yep, plumber's coming. I confirmed the time and everything. But here's the thing. The plumber told me that it was gonna, it's gonna be a little loud. There's gonna be a little drilling, a lot of drilling. And I'm like, okay, cool, not a problem. I did not realize how loud and how long the plumber was going to be drilling. And I mean, he's still drilling every now and then. So I was like trying to wait it out, see if maybe he'd stop. And I need him to do his job well. He's doing a great job. I'm not bothering him, working man. But I didn't realize, since I am on the other side of the wall where the drilling is going on in my garage, that it was going to be just so loud. So an hour went by, 2 hours went by, 3 hours went by, and now it's 3 o'clock. And so I had no intentions on getting on here so late. I thought, we were going to be on here super early and we'd just be on live for a long time, just chit chatting, you and me. But I have to, I have to adjust. We all have to adjust sometimes. So I'm going to be on here until 4, and then I absolutely have to go. And then I know you guys want to go too, because it's Friday, and Friday's fun day. We want to have some fun. So let me hear about how y'all's day is going in the chat while I do this one little thing real quick. So tell me about y'all's Fridays and if all is well with you. And I need to make sure folks know that I am live, and I'm going to answer some questions. Doing a live stream now. Okay. That's the link. And that's the link right there. Let me make sure. Yep. That's the one. Is it? Yeah. Okay. So I'm sending an email now so that folks know that I am live. And then I'm going to take a look at you guys' comments and see how your Fridays are going. But, other than the really loud drilling, everything's been good today. I just, sometimes you have a plan and you just got to roll with the punches, and that's okay. I'm going to answer questions. We're going to have a good time. And I plan on going live more often, maybe next week. Okay. So this won't be it. Join now. Okay. So I'm sending that email right now, and I can take a look at what y'all got going on. So let's see what y'all said. Okay. Working a remote job, still seeking a part-time. I hear you. TGIF to you too, Pamela. Fanny says she is blessed. Yes, we are all blessed. We got to remind ourselves, even when stuff doesn't go the way we thought it was going to go. Stephanie says, home with my 4 kids, taking care of the daily chores. My 3-year-old is like in his cereal phase right now. Like he does his little phases where he'll want French toast sticks one day for breakfast, and then the next week or something he'll want cereal. And right now he's in his cereal phase. And I'm like, are you eating the cereal? Because there's more cereal on the floor than I'm sure you've actually been eating. So I have chores to do. I say all that to say that I have chores to do today too. Let's see what else. Working on upgrading your kitchen. I know that's right. You know, a beautiful kitchen just makes cooking so much better and being in there. I'm about to be doing all the pie cooking. That's my thing that I do for Thanksgiving. I make a mean sweet potato pie and apple streusel pie. You can't touch me on the pies now. I'll toot my horn about that one. And my husband's been talking about it every single day. He's like, yeah, you know, I don't really want any Thanksgiving food, but I do want some pies. I want some sweet, like every single day. I want about 2 or 3 sweet potato pies. I want about 2 or 3. I'm just okay, Big Back. Okay, Big Back. So he's put in his pie order already. He's put in his pie order, and he's making it very clear. I need to have those pies ready. So yeah. Okay, y'all. So happy Friday. Sounds like everybody's doing really well. I'm happy to hear that. I told y'all yesterday when I got on here briefly that I was going to answer the questions that you guys sent via newsletter. Now, I hope everybody here is a newsletter reader, but if you're not a newsletter reader, you can sign up to get all the updates. And I send a lot of emails, just so you know. So I don't depend on YouTube to tell y'all if I post a job or not. 9 times out of 10, they won't tell you every single time. But if you're on my email list, you will hear about all of the jobs that I post. And I send the email literally as I'm posting it on YouTube. So on one screen, I have my YouTube up where I'm like hitting go live on the video so that you guys can watch the hot leads. And then on another screen, I am sending an email out to everybody saying, hey, go watch the video and see if you want to apply. So if you're not on the my email list, I will post a link. And I believe you can sign up for emails with, let me find the link actually, because I have it on my website too, but I'm going to give you guys a different one, I think. Let's see. All right, right here. Right here, I'm going to give you guys the link. So if you want to make sure that you get all of the emails that I send, then use the link I'm gonna give you. If I can find the link. Like I'm looking at it where I should be able to get the link. Oh, okay. That's the embed form. All right. You can get the link. You can sign up for the emails just by going to my website. So remoteworklife.co. You can sign up for the emails. Just scroll to the very bottom and you can just enter your name and email, and that will sign you up for emails. So I can actually show you what it'll look like. Let me show you. Okay. So on my website at the bottom, if you just scroll down, so like you go to remoteworklife.co and you just scroll down, all you have to do is just put in your name and email address and hit subscribe. And that'll subscribe you to my email list. So every single time that I post a video, and even when YouTube is playing with me, you will hear about the video and you can get your application in. So people on the email list, they get newsletters every Saturday morning. They get to hear about, anything that I'm doing, like the One Application Away challenge. They get early access coupons to stuff. Like it's beneficial to be on the email list. So, okay, you guys, I am going to start answering the questions, and I have it on a spreadsheet here. I'm not sure if anyone submitted questions after Monday, probably, but these are from the weekend to Monday. That was the cutoff where I was going to guarantee that I answered questions. And then anyone who's on here, if you have a question, I'll answer a few more before we switch gears and start talking about some of the work from home things. So let's see. The first question that I have here comes from I have an email address, but not a name. So I won't say the email. But someone said, I need to find a 3 night overnight work from home job. Can you help a brother out? So it sounds like you're maybe looking for something that's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. I don't know. That's a guess for the 3 nights. Let me tell y'all, okay? And this might go ahead and answer some of the other questions that might be presented. But when it comes to night jobs, okay, night jobs are around, okay? I share night jobs any and every time I see a good legit lead. But what you have to think about is if I were to say like out of every 10 jobs that I see, how many are night jobs? It'd probably be somewhere around like 1 out of 10 jobs are a night job that I come across. Now, I don't see everything on the internet, but I will say that me and a couple other folks who, help me out with Extra Leads Club and the leads for that, we spend hours every single day looking at all the leads. So you'll find jobs that go into the evening and you'll see those pretty often. But for like true night jobs, it starts at night or it's like from, nighttime going to the early morning. Those are like 1 out of 10. And I'm being kind of generous. So if a job isn't as plentiful, the next thing that you have to think about is what other stipulations am I looking for that would make it even harder to find what I'm looking for? So now we're getting into it needs to be 3 nights a week. Well, it being a night job, that's one thing that's tough. And then it being just 3 nights a week, that's also tough because it sounds like you're looking for something part-time. So I would think about which thing matters the most to me. It being part-time 3 days out of the week or it being at night. And it sounds like maybe it being at night is the most important thing. If that's the case, then I would just focus on looking for things that happen at night or go into the night that would fit with your schedule and just apply. Even if it might be full-time or it's not the 3 days that you think you need, I would just apply to those and see what kind of feedback you're getting. Are you getting moved on to the next steps or not? And then if you do in the interview, that's where you could feel out if maybe the job could be part-time, if maybe you could do it, weekends only or whatever the 3 nights are of the week that you're looking for. But in general, you're kind of looking for the needle in the haystack. So I'm not saying don't look for that, but just understand the more things that you're trying to check off, like, I'm trying to check off the box of it being nighttime, check off the box of it being weekend only, check off the box of it being $20 per hour, providing equipment, so on and so forth. The more the more limited in options you have. So some suggestions that I could give you is I would look into the 1099 companies. For example, I just posted a video this past Tuesday, whatever day it was, from Working Solutions. They have a TurboTax opportunity that goes until midnight East Coast time. And with the 1099 companies, you can make your schedule how you want it, so long as you meet their threshold of hours that they want you to meet. So for this one, you just need to devote 10 hours a week. And if you can do 10 hours a week, then you can make your schedule within the scope of time. And I believe their call center hours are like 8 to midnight East Coast time or 7 to 11 Central Standard Time. So if you're looking for something that might start after the, normal work day, then you potentially could do that. Now, this might be more than what you thought you're going to get, but I'm going to answer this because it's going to answer some other questions too. Training, okay? Regardless of the hours you are working, training is always going to be 9 times out of 10, between 8 and 4 or 9 to 5. Now, with the 1099 companies like Working Solutions, they sometimes offer training hours that are not within that traditional business hour scope. And so for that TurboTax opportunity, the training hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for 2 weeks, Monday through Friday. And so, it starts at the beginning of January. You'll be done with training before the end of January and be on your merry way. So even if you're like, okay, I found the needle in the haystack, I found that night job that is going to hire me to work part-time for 3 nights out the week, you still have the hurdle of how am I going to make the training if I already have a job? And it sounds like you may have a job. I don't know. I'm making these assumptions, but I'm making these assumptions based off of the fact that I've heard this question, been asked it before many times, and usually people who are looking for something part-time at night, it's because they already have a full-time day job. So those are just some things to think about. Okay, so the next question that was submitted is, hello, I have used your template for remote jobs, even beginner-friendly jobs or no experience jobs aren't hiring me. What am I doing wrong? Okay, and this came from someone named Miss Octavia. I can tell that's your first name from your email. So here's the thing, all right? There's multiple steps and multiple things in the process of getting hired. Now, we know the process entails us to know what it is that we want to find, get on the job boards, look for a job that fits with what we want, like the company, read through the leads, checking off all the boxes, get our application in. That entails our resume, cover letter. And then, from there, if they like what they see, we can, possibly move on to the next steps. Now, even though it might seem like the only main thing in that process that I just explained is your resume and cover letter, there are other factors involved. Like, does your work history support the things that are required for that job? Because if you're looking at jobs that say, that say you need 4 years of experience in this role, and you only have 2 and you're applying anyhow, it doesn't matter about your resume because your resume, doesn't meet those qualifications. They're looking for 4 years of work history. You're only showing up with 2. So that could be a thing. They might be looking for someone who checks off the box of knowing a specific type of software. Are you meeting that requirement? Are you meeting the education requirements? Okay. So, do you meet the years of requirements, the skill requirement, the education requirements? If you can say, yeah, I'm checking off those boxes, then I can say, okay, now let's take a look at what's going on with your resume, because you might be the perfect candidate, but if you're not making those customizations to your resume that speak directly to that job, then you might not be putting your best foot forward. So to answer your question in a, succinct way, your question would be one that I would say we actually need to spend some time together and look at your resume, look at the jobs you're applying to, look at if, all those things that I just mentioned match and fit with the kinds of jobs that you are trying to apply to. Because again, there's multiple factors involved, and our resumes are one of the things, but we have to make sure we're checking off those other boxes before we can assume it's the resume. Does that make sense, y'all? Let me look back at the chat. And so, by the way, I laugh at myself because, I said I was going to be on here at noon and it's, 3 something. But this is actually happening. This is something that I've actually been making time for in my calendar. I am going to start opening up my calendar weekly for resume audits, phone consultations, those things. You guys have asked me about that since forever and ever, and I open up my calendar maybe twice a year to do that. Last time I did it was in June, and the people who got first dibs on those times were the folks who were in the One Application Away Challenge. We had our May cohort, and that was awesome. And it's coming back, by the way, in January. We are bringing it right back. I plan on doing the One Application Away Challenge many times throughout the year. And January, we are doing the New Year's edition. So new year, new career. And January is a wonderful time for remote jobs. So I'm going to start doing the resume reviews and audits and phone consultations also very, very soon. In fact, I was even looking at as soon as like 2 weeks from now. But more details on that later, okay? So to finish up Miss Octavia's question, some questions can't just be asked. We have to actually like look at it together, and then I can give you your own personalized advice. So just think about those things that I mentioned. Okay. And then you guys in the chat, I'm going to come to the chat and ask questions after I get through the questions submitted via newsletter. So let me hurry up and move along. Okay. Someone said, hi, I love watching your videos, but get disappointed when I see there are mostly job opportunities for the U.S. for the U.S. I live in Canada and wonder if I would ever get to watch a video of yours for work from home opportunities here. I guess she meant to say here in Canada. I would appreciate it if you could help out with this. Yeah, so I'm in the US, and so most of the jobs that I'm going to see are US based. And I will say Canada, there's a lot of companies that I share that also hire in Canada. So what I would suggest is if you are in Canada or if you're in any other country, don't just look at the jobs for what they are. Look at them as truly leads. They lead you to the next thing, the next thing and the next thing. So even though I might be sharing a job that's hiring for the US, still go to that company's careers page and see if they hire in Canada. A lot of companies that I share hire in Canada. Working Solutions hires in Canada. I was just talking about them. So check out these companies' careers pages and see if they have something for your location. So, don't just think about the job that's, being displayed. Always know that there are more jobs on their careers page, and you might find more opportunities that work for your location by going to their careers page, even if that job that I'm sharing doesn't work for you. Okay. Someone else said, hi, Delilah. I've been out the workforce since 2019, being a stay-at-home mom. I was, excuse me, y'all, I have some throat thing going on because my son is always giving me something. I was in ultrasound, but no longer want to be in that field. I would like to remain in healthcare, but not direct patient care. Yeah. Monday, bright and early, my video that I'm going to share is going to help you out a whole lot. Let's see who asked this question. I'm not sure if it's Joey or Joy Abdullah, but Monday, I'm going to share some jobs in the healthcare industry that don't necessarily have to do with patient care that I think you're going to love. So there's a lot of work from home opportunities in healthcare. And what I can show y'all right now is going back to my website. Let me go to my website real quick. I'm going to show y'all how to use the mega list of jobs because I don't think enough people use this resource. Every time I post a video and I find a company, and these are companies that are established, but they're just new to me and oftentimes new to y'all as well, I add them to a spreadsheet on my website. That way you guys can find companies that hire for the things you want to do. And you can search the spreadsheet. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay. So let me know if you guys can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen because I want to make sure. Let me know in the chat. Can you see my screen when I'm showing y'all? Okay, perfect. Okay, so on my website, remoteworklife.co, I have what's called the mega list of jobs. And this is, like I said, all of the companies that we discover together in these videos. And I always make sure we tag them with the industries that we're sharing a lead from. And so if you're into healthcare, you can type in health and you can see we have 90 companies right now. And we keep up with this every single day. There is nothing on my website that me and my team don't keep up with every single day. So if I share a new to this channel, that's what I say a new to this channel company. Okay. I add it to the mega list of jobs and you can bet it's there within 24 hours. So we keep up with this list. And there are 90 companies right now that will hire you in the healthcare industry. And so we add the links here. Now, if you guys find a link that's not like working right, it's because these companies are always like changing their links. So we try and keep up with that too. But you at least know the company's name. So like, let's say, for example, you want to check out the administrative roles that Adapt Health offers. You can go up here and, you can copy that link, and then let me make sure that I can show y'all this screen because I think I have it set to just show that screen. And you can put that link into the chat box. Share my screen again. Okay. And so boom, it's going to take you directly to their careers page. And something that I'm always saying, but I'm going to say it again, is you want to always apply directly on a company's careers page. This is because you are giving your information directly to them. There's no middleman involved. So when you're on the job boards, the middleman is the job board. And anybody can get on the job boards and pretend to be companies. So that's why I'm always saying, be safe, y'all be safe online. Go straight to the company's website. And so you can see if they have something available. And so, if you're trying to be in healthcare, but you don't want to do anything patient related, you can check this out and see if they have something for you. And it looks like they just posted a bunch of jobs. Actually, we found some hot leads, y'all. Okay, I told y'all. Go to the mega list jobs for more hot leads. I say it every day, but nobody wants to believe me. It's okay though. So go to the mega list of jobs, okay, and find more jobs, and you can type in healthcare. Okay, I got to get through these questions. All right. Okay. So someone asked, are there any work from home third shift jobs available? So I kind of already answered this. Yes. So third shift is usually like the last shift, the night shift, sometimes the overnight shift. There are night shifts and all of that good stuff available. And another resource that you can use, I'm going to pull up another resource for y'all. Give me just a second. Un momento. Okay. You guys know what another resource y'all can use to find night jobs? I'm going to share with you another resource. The other resource you can use to find night jobs is, yes, my channel, but not in the way that you might think. I've shared this tip multiple times, but I always share it because I think we forget. I don't delete any of my videos for multiple reasons, okay? One of those reasons is I like to go back into the vault myself and find out, hey, who's hiring for what? Or who hires for what, I should say. So on my channel, and this works if you are on a desktop. I don't know if it works if you're on a tablet. You can just type in night on my channel, and you can find all of the leads that I have shared that offer night hours. Now, these leads are probably not open anymore. They likely aren't, okay? Some of them have reopened. I've gotten plenty of comments where someone said, oh, I was looking at your old videos and, it was a long shot, but I clicked on the link and they just so happened to be hiring for that job again. And you can see the date on these leads. So I'm like, hey, that's cool. But if you want to find out companies that have night opportunities, because not every company operates at night. So if a company's operating hours are from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., they will never have night opportunities because they close at 6. So not every remote opportunity like company is going to offer night hours. You need to find companies that have operating hours at night, and therefore they would offer night remote opportunities. So if you type in night, you can then find those companies that I have shared over the years that offer that offer night hours. And so then you can just make a note to yourself, watch this company. And this is exactly what I do. There are some companies that I check their website every single day. Okay, I do. Is that weird? I don't know. I'm a remote work enthusiast, okay? But I will check some companies' websites every single day because I am waiting for the moment when they reopen a job that I've shared in the past that was just amazing. And I want to see when are they going to open it again. So I make my rounds on the internet and I have my companies that I check. So everything I'm telling y'all to do, I do this myself. I do this with my own videos. If it's been a while since I've shared a night job, I will go right here to my channel and I will type in night and I will look through, all these companies that I've shared over the years and see like, okay, are they hiring anything at night? Does anybody do that, by the way? What I just shared with y'all, is anyone already doing that, strategy that I just shared with y'all? Let me know in the chat. Okay, so y'all haven't been doing it, but you're going to start doing it. Okay. All right, so moving along to the next question on my list is someone said, Delilah, you are such a blessing. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. I joined your monthly leads club and I am loving it. That's Extra Leads Club, y'all. Okay, and they said, I'm looking for part-time jobs. Would there be any chance to divide the leads up in separate sections, part-time, full-time? I want to just check part-time jobs every morning, so was just wondering. Also, I would love more leads in, let me open, banking and administrative roles if you can. Lastly, it would be amazing to find remote jobs from the top 100 companies or top companies to work for list. That would be a great video too. Thanks again for all you do in providing no scam leads. I know it's always legit if it's from you, Cassandra. Thank you, Miss Cassandra. I appreciate you being an Extra Leads Club. And I appreciate your appreciation. And yeah, that I can definitely share more jobs from, the top 100 companies and the filter for part-time. I can definitely talk to my software developer about that. Just to let you know, it takes some time to implement things into software because there's other stuff in the queue ahead of that. But that is a great idea. And I definitely plan on making it to where you can filter. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, okay, if you haven't heard, Extra Leads Club is the place to be. So let me just share my screen with y'all real quick so you can know all about Extra Leads Club. Let me show you. Okay. All right. So Extra Leads Club is where every single weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we add to this app all of the best leads for the day. Okay. So I share my hot lead on the channel. And typically when I share the hot lead, I try my best to make it US wide. Now there's some states that are usually not in the number, like for example, California and New York. Y'all have lots of leads available for you, but for some reason, the ones that I tend to share, it's like 50-50. Y'all might be in the number, y'all might not. And that's because of y'all's labor laws in y'all's state. Okay, that's a different live that we can talk about later. But anyway, in Extra Leads Club, all of these leads that would work for, for example, New York, California, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, like there's so many hot leads that we find every single day. But if it doesn't check off the box of it hires in the US, it hires, blah, 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 all the things that we're looking for, then we can't share it. But that's where Extra Leads Club comes in. So we add them to Extra Leads Club. And so in the app, you'll see all of this information at a glance. So you'll see the link to the job, the pay information, location eligibility. We have the Glassdoor link, application link, and you're not spending hours to find like the real good leads of the day. They're already there. So I shared there was a data entry job that was, I think it was only for either Missouri or one of those states. That was an Extra Leads Club. We share a lot of really good non-phone jobs that are only for like one or two states in Extra Leads Club. So if you're looking for like a night job or something non-phone, typing based, whatever, you can find a lot of those leads, okay, but you have to spend some time looking for them. And that's where Extra Leads Club comes in, is to help save you guys time. So we add those leads that we come across when we're trying to find like the perfect lead to share in a video. So if you want to join, it's only $1 for 7 days, and then it's only $10 a month, and it's absolutely worth it. And I can even like log in. I'm gonna log in right now and show y'all Extra Leads Club, because I know someone's like, I don't believe you, Delilah. I don't believe you. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all. Give me a second to log into Extra Leads Club. Okay. And I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me know. Can you guys see my screen? Give me just a second. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Okay. All right. Can y'all see my screen? Let me know. And I know my internet is kind of lagging at times. I am far away from our router, and I am going to fix that before the next time I get on live. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside of Extra Leads Club. And every single day we add the hottest leads. So we had about three dozen leads every single weekday. So these are the ones from yesterday. Okay. So we had a claims processor lead. We had a workplace accommodations spec. We had a digital enrollment coordinator, senior IT support. Let's see what else. Field services, help desk technician, education support. All right, let's see what else we had that day. I'm gonna look at the other day, because some days, like in general, some days like the leads are really, really good. And then some days it's like, okay, leads are all right. And this isn't for Extra Leads Club. This is just in general. So like if you've ever been looking for jobs and you're like, man, like the jobs today just aren't jobbing like I want them to, that's normal. Like this is something I see every single day. Like sometimes the jobs are really good that day. Sometimes they're like, okay. Okay, so this was like a data collection one, assistant faculty scheduler. There's been a lot of scheduling jobs lately. So if you're into scheduling, we've been seeing a lot of scheduling jobs. This one company called Merck, broker coordinator, benefit claims, credentialing coordinator. Okay. And so anyway, like you see, we add these leads here and you can just go directly to the link and apply. So like, let's say, for example, you wanted to apply to this direct lending officer job, or at least you just wanted to check it out. When you click on it, it's going to open it up and see what I'm talking about. It says, hold on, let me make sure I'm sharing this screen. Oh, hold on, I have to switch the screen that I'm sharing. Okay, here we go. So I opened up a lead. So this is what I'm talking about. This one, it's weird. It says nationwide Michigan. I'm assuming until further information, it's from Michigan. and then it says work from home United States. So this might actually be available US wide, and maybe their location is in Michigan. But like if you were to like this job, it'd be so quick to go in, see if you like it, if you qualify for it. And if you're like, okay, cool, this goes directly to their website and you can get your application in. And this one says you only need 1 year of experience in direct-to-consumer origination business preferred. And that's another thing about Extra Leads Club. We listened to you guys' feedback about like, hey, I like your channel, but I do banking, or I'm in administration, or I'm in something else. We add a lot of different types of work from home jobs to Extra Leads Club. So it's not just data entry or customer service. There's a lot of variety in Extra Leads Club. So if you want to join, you can try it out for $1 for a full week. I think at minimum, just join and see if you're able to apply to more jobs than normal. And, here's the link to join. It is just $1. Why am I commenting as my second channel? Am I streaming? Okay, I'm streaming on both channels. The blue circle one, that's my second channel, y'all. And the pink circle one is this is my main channel, logo, picture thingy. And then this is my second channel. Okay, it doesn't matter. Same thing, okay? So join Extra Leads Club, see if you like it. Okay. All right, so let me get through these last few questions and then I'll open up the lines for you guys. Someone else had the same question about night shifts. So they're interested in working an overnight shift job in customer service. How do I have a lot of these jobs? Can you please reply directly to me just in case I miss your review? So this is done in, okay. So anyway, same thing, okay? Night jobs. Go to my website, look for jobs, companies, go to my channel, make sure you're always on the job boards looking for night jobs, and just know that, for every 10 jobs you see, maybe one of them will have night hours. And then check out the 1099 companies that offer opportunities at night. And then someone said that they're looking for a remote position because of health reasons. They worked in an office before in HR and accounting, and I'm trying to continue on, but most of my positions were through an agency, and somehow this isn't relating to my current job search. I am trying to use this information, but it is not, hold on, it cuts off. I guess it's not helping something. Please help. I will check your video for help too. Okay, so if you're looking for HR and accounting, check the mega list of jobs, okay? Accounting, you can type that in. You can type in human resources. I can show what that looks like. Mega list of jobs again. So let's type in, I'm going to type in a few different keywords. So HR, okay. There are 24 companies that we have listed as doing some type of HR type thing. Let's type in accounting. We have 29 companies come up again. Okay, so there's companies on the mega list of jobs that you can definitely check out that will hire you in HR or accounting. So try that, okay? And then of course, whenever you're looking on the job boards, type in, remote accounting, remote human resources, and every single day, okay? Because jobs come out every single day. You got to look at these jobs every single day to, find what you're looking for. All right, there's just a few more on the spreadsheet that I have. Happy Saturday, Delilah. I love how you keep coming up with new ways to serve the community. Thank you. Not a question, but I appreciate your appreciation. Someone said, hope you and the baby are doing well. He's doing great. He is the size of a 4-month-old, and that was as of like 2 weeks ago. He just turned 3 weeks like the other day. 3 months the other day. a 4-month-old that anyway, yeah, he's 3 months old, But a couple weeks ago when we went to the doctor, he was already measuring the size of a 4-month-old. So he's a big, healthy boy. Anyway, my question is, how do I search for a legitimate independent contractor job where I can set my own hours on the Glassdoor website? So let me just go ahead and tell you guys the independent contractor companies that are worth your time. Number one, Working Solutions. Just posted a TurboTax lead from them. Okay. And after Working Solutions, which I will tell you is my personal favorite, after that, these are just in any old order. There's Arise, there's Live Ops, there's NextRep, and Working Solutions, Arise, Live Ops, NextRep. And those are the only ones really that I would recommend. Yeah. But between those companies, you will find tons of different work opportunities. So you don't even really need to, find all these different 1099 companies, because within these 1099 companies, they're always getting opportunities. And I don't call them jobs because technically job refers to a different work status. They're opportunities because you're a contractor. So check those websites. And I plan on making an updated video about these companies. Let me show y'all something, okay? Because I was looking at my channel and I'm like, it can't have been that long. Let me show y'all. So some of my very first videos that I ever made on my channel were about those 1099 companies. I can show y'all what that looks like. Let's just go down memory lane. Why not? So your girl started from the bottom, okay? And then these aren't even like my oldest videos. The really old ones, they are too terrible to even have up. Okay. And these are embarrassing too, because bad quality, everything, but you got to start somewhere. So this video right here, I talk about Arise versus Live Ops versus Working Solutions. And I even did like a little series talking about, if you're going to do one of these jobs, what you would need and all that stuff. But this chart, I don't know if it's still accurate because this was years ago. Okay. This is 5 years ago. It may have been like 5 or 6. Because sometimes YouTube doesn't show you the years accurately. It could have been 6 years ago and they'll say 5. But anyway, I digress. The stuff that I talk about in that video, I had tried out all these companies and I made this big chart where, I go line by line, the different things like, okay, this company makes you pay for training. This company makes you pay for a background check. This company has free training, blah, blah, blah. So I did that in this video and I realized like there is a demand for these 1099 opportunities. Let me re-investigate that. So that's coming soon. Okay. Coming soon. Got to give y'all some updated information on that. And the reason why it's been so long since I've done that is because one of the things that I discovered when I was doing those jobs, let's just say jobs, whatever, work opportunities, you guys know what I'm talking about, is they're great and all for what they are, but you don't get benefits. You got to go get your benefits somewhere else. You're not an employee. So some of the things that would protect you as an employee aren't in place. Other things too, like, hey, I've been working here for 2 years, time for a raise. You don't get to do that. So that's why the majority of the jobs that I've focused on over the years are like actual jobs. You're an employee. But, that's not to say that 1099 contractor opportunities aren't great, because I believe they're great. I just shared one. But that's one of the main differences. We need benefits. We need to be able to get a raise. We need to, have some sort of employer protections in place. So one of the other things too that I noticed is a lot of times people defaulted to the 1099 jobs because most of the process is really in your hands with those contractor opportunities versus when you're an employee or trying to get employment status, you have to have skills. It takes strategy to get hired. And I didn't want to acquiesce to the easier thing, which is, hey, this no interview, no whatever company is gonna, allow you to work. Okay, that's great, but we need to move on up. So that's why I focus on, I guess, the harder thing, which is getting hired for the stuff that we actually really want to do. And yeah, but yeah, I'm going to talk more about 1099 jobs too. Okay, and then last couple of questions on the spreadsheet, and then I'll go to y'all in the chat. Someone said, I am on dialysis and I can't seem to find jobs that will fit my schedule. 1099. See, all these, I knew when I answered one question, I was going to answer a bunch of other questions. If you are someone who has like a really hectic schedule, maybe you go to the doctor a lot. Because if you're doing dialysis, I know you are going to the doctor a lot, and it even says Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you're looking for something super flexible. That is the upside of those 1099 contractor opportunities. You make your schedule. If you want to work for 12 hours a day and they have the hours available, you can do that. If you want to work for 2 hours a day, so long as you meet that weekly minimum, you can do that. And those opportunities would be perfect for you. So I would definitely check out Working Solutions. Even if you don't want to do the TurboTax opportunity, these companies get so many opportunities, especially Working Solutions. You can find something else. And, if they don't have something today that you want to do, check back tomorrow and the day after that. Next week, they'll probably have 2 other things for you. So that's what I would recommend. And then someone says, I've been looking for almost a year and I don't get it. It's like they have a block on my name. Can they do that? They don't have a block on your name. And I'm sorry it feels that way. And I totally understand how tough it is to find a job. I watch, the TikTok compilation videos. I'm not on TikTok, but there's plenty of folks on YouTube making the compilations of what people are saying about the job market and their experience. I'm in the trenches every single day with people who I'm helping, who are in the courses, who email me, all of that stuff. Okay. So I totally feel you guys on how challenging it is to find a job. Now, with that being stated, it is not impossible. They do not have a block on your name. And like that first question I answered, you maybe, there might be some things, okay, some areas of opportunity. And I can't necessarily answer what that is for you. Some questions are, general enough to where I can answer them on here. Some questions, they require like a one-on-one session or a phone consultation or something like that. So I am opening up my calendar for those things. Of course, they are paid, but they are worth every cent, especially if you get hired and you're making money. So I don't charge crazy. I just have to make it make sense. So that's coming down the pipeline in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try and have multiple openings in December. And then, of course, come the new year and into 2025, it's going to be like a regular staple on my calendar weekly. So that if you guys want to have like a one-on-one session or do a one-on-one phone call, we can talk about your specific situation. And, those things are required because unless I see like your resume and you tell me your work history and you tell me all the details about what you're applying to and you give me like links to jobs that you've applied to, I can't give you specific information. And when you're trying to get hired and trying to reach a goal, you need specific info, not general info. So general info can help you, but everyone's situation is a little bit different. So that's something that I think would be of benefit to do a one-on-one session. And then this question said, happy Sunday, Delilah. I have been following your subscription, maybe my channel, for 2 years and have been so grateful that a friend of mine introduced me to your YouTube channel and newsletter. I honestly wanted to say thank you for everything you have been doing, the research you have done, and the leads you have provided from so many companies and job offerings. All the tips you've given, especially about thinking about what we want from remote work and the kind of pay and benefits we are willing to accept has been tremendous. I only go for jobs offering $25 and up. And although, yes, sometimes it does make it difficult, it also helps me to know that I don't need to accept every single offer thrown in my direction. I like upholding my standards and I prefer it that way. Currently, I'm working a county job that is 75% remote, full time, not necessarily the $25 an hour pay I want, but I got benefits for a while, which does make me happy. I continue to look at the leads you send weekly, and I've actually forwarded leads to friends in search of remote work. You are awesome. And thank you so much for what you do and showing us there is more to life than just sitting behind a desk all day. That is so true. P.S. Congratulations with the new bundle of joy in your household from sunny California, Mariana Franco. Thank you, Mariana. Mariana mostly was just sort of telling me about, what she's got going on. And yeah, that's so important, y'all. Knowing exactly what you want when you are applying to these jobs. If you need $25 per hour, don't entertain anything less than that. You know what you need. You know what your bills are. You know your financial situation. And, having that focus does help you get hired faster, believe it or not. It's kind of like counterintuitive. A lot of times people think if I'm just putting my application out here for any and everything, someone's got to hire me. I'll get hired faster. But if you're actually more focused with your approach, you actually get hired faster than applying for any and everything. So sounds like Mariana is going to find that $25 per hour, 100% remote job soon. She's already working 75% from home. So that's awesome. That is awesome. And then someone's question said, my question is work from home, part-time night jobs. That's a popular question, okay? So I already answered that one for y'all. And now it is 4:00. I'm going to take 3 questions from the chat, and I promise I will be back on live very, very, very soon, okay? Let me see. Y'all put your questions in the chat box, and I will answer 3 of them, and then your girls got to go, and I know y'all got to go too. And we didn't even really get into a lot of the stuff that I want to get into. You guys, would you be interested? Would you guys be interested in I don't know. You guys tell me. But I don't know if anyone's into podcasts and, listening to podcasts and stuff. Would you be interested in a podcast about remote work, getting into more of the topics that people are interested in, like the ghost jobs and what's going on with these companies and, all those things that people tend to ask about? I don't know if anyone's interested in that because I just assume no one's really interested. But I can chat and I could definitely see there being a lot to talk about if I were to do something like a podcast. So let me know. Would y'all watch if I were to do that? If y'all won't watch, I won't do it because I don't want to waste my time or yours. All for Kicks said, yes, that is a good idea. Okay, thank you. I have one person who will watch the podcast if I were to do it and no one else. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Natalie said she would. 2 people will watch. Felicia said she'd watch 2. 3. Oh, Eva, 4. Okay, 4 viewers. All I need is 4 viewers, okay? Barbara, 2. So let's see. Let me answer a few of y'all's questions and then we'll be on our merry way. So someone said, how realistic is it to find a work from home job as a recent graduate? It is very realistic to find a work from home job as a recent graduate. It just depends on, what did you recently graduate in? What kind of work history do you have? When I started working from home, I was a recent graduate. So I graduated in 2015, and then I did a commercial insurance marketing job. So I worked in marketing for a commercial insurance company and I traveled for a year. I did that job for a year until I was totally burnt out. Your girl couldn't get on another plane and go anywhere else. I was sick of flying to and fro and it was just too much for me. So I was about a year out of college actually when I landed my tutoring remote job. And I tutored for the SAT and the ACT. I also tutored for AP subjects, and I tutored for private school admissions tests. That was a whole nother world because I went to public school, and I did not know that if you were going to go to a private school, you still had to test and get into those schools. So not only do you have to pay goo gobs of money for your kid to go to private school, you have to test your way into it. So it was a very like elite situation. And that's what I did from home for years. I was an online tutor, mostly test prep and some different AP subjects. But that's what I did, and I was a recent graduate. So depending on your background, your work experience, what you've been doing already in college and in the in-between time, you absolutely could get hired to work from home. One thing I will tell you though is, and I mean, this is my 2 cents. I don't want to tell anyone, don't do this, don't do that. There is something to be said about having in-office experience and knowing what that experience is like. So if you've already like interned and worked in an office before, then that's awesome. You know what it's like. If you've never worked in an office setting before, you may want to do that just so that you can have the juxtaposition of working from home and working in an office, and you can see what you actually like and what you don't like about the experience of being in the office. And, that can let you know if working remotely would be for you, because working remotely actually isn't for everyone. Some people actually thrive in an in-person setting. So, that's just something to think about as well. That's an interesting question. Do you know of any AI training jobs that pay $20 or more an hour? I'm really not sure what that means. I mean, I know about AI, but as far as AI training, I'm not sure if you're trying to get on the developer side of that, or you're just trying to, I don't know. Okay, AI, AI's and tech, AI's technology and stuff. I'm not really sure what you mean. If you can give more detail about that, that'd be nice. And then this is the last question. Sorry, y'all, but I really do have to go. I have a baby. So Sarah said, are there jobs that allow you to travel to other countries and work there? Let's say you live in both countries. If so, what kind of jobs are those? Other countries, I don't know about that, but as far as travel, maybe like within the US, absolutely. Like I was just talking about my job required me to travel. And one of the girls who worked in our region, but she did not work in our office, she was in Alabama. And she traveled, back and forth in her territory. And, sometimes she'd have to fly out to where she needed to go. She was too far away to come into the office in Alpharetta. I'm in Georgia. So she worked from home. And then when she needed to go out somewhere and see a client, she would do that. I see plenty of work from home jobs that require some level of travel. And most folks on my channel aren't interested in that. So I don't really share a whole lot of them. But if you are interested in traveling, usually anything that says field rep or territory manager, territory rep, regional such and such, those things mean you're going to have to get up and go somewhere. So if you like getting up and going somewhere, there are plenty of those jobs. And I can tell you most people aren't clamoring to get them because most folks don't like that kind of thing. And it's usually just because of a lifestyle sort of situation. For me, I was at the place where it's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to reach my goals of getting married and having kids if I'm always on the road in someone's office, states and states away. So that's why it didn't work out for me. But if, your situation isn't where like you're trying to be more settled, then you absolutely have lots and lots of options for that. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry I didn't get on live earlier when I said I would, but we have to cut it short right here, okay? So you guys have amazing questions. this just lets me know that I need to get on live sooner rather than later. I'm going to try and get on live next week, but I don't know if you guys would watch because most folks are going to be cooking. Would you guys watch if I got on live next week before Thanksgiving, or are y'all going to be really busy traveling and stuff? Let me know real quick before I jump off. Okay, you would watch next week. Okay. Okay, so I'll try and go live next week before Thanksgiving, okay? And then we can chat and, answer more questions and stuff. Okay, you guys, have a blessed and safe weekend, okay? I want to see you guys on Monday because I have a hot video, and it's for those who love healthcare. And even if you don't love healthcare, support your girl and watch it and share it with someone who does love healthcare, okay? So I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope you have a fabulous Friday. All right, bye, y'all. Take care.